Hi everyone, JaeByrd here. Jay Bradford from JaeByrd's Nest. I'm a change specialist. I worked over 30 years as a registered nurse, and most of what I did was help facilities through change. I would go into the facility, I would drop the plans, write up the protocols, procedures needed, do the training, do the in-servicing, and then help the facility walk them through the inspection, because it usually was for an inspection, walk them through the inspection right there with them. So if there were any questions, I was readily available. And usually, I would say 99% of the time, we made it through the inspection successfully with flying colors. Occasionally, there would be something we'd have to tweak, but that's not unusual. Now, I've also worked in private practice and helped people through coaching one-on-one. I've never worked online before, so this is new to me. So please be patient with me. And if you have any comments or any tips, leave them below. My information, my contact information will also be down below. Change is something we all face. Like it or not, it's there. So, to successfully go through change takes a little bit of planning and a little bit of clarity and support and encouragement. Now, that's what I do. I help you get clarity on what the change is, determine, is this a change you want to make, or is it a change you're being forced to make? Are you making this change? Who are you making the change for? Are you making it for yourself, or are you making it for someone else? These are important. Are you doing it because you should do it? Never do anything because you should. Dirty word. Don't use it. Nobody should do anything. Now, going through change, you do things like you take small steps. You look at the pros and the cons. Is this something I want to do, or is this something I'm being forced to do? Is this something I'm looking forward to, or is this something I'm dreading? Okay, what resources do I need to make this change? What people do I need support from to make this change? All the aspects that come with change, those are the things that we address. And whether it's taking that first small step or determining your goals and the actions needed to achieve those goals, or doing your pro and con lists, those are all things that if you don't do them, you will not successfully go through change. I love change. I have been forced to love change because I have gone through just about every change you can possibly go through in my life. I mean, if it's happened, I've done it just about. Never had children. That's the only difference. Everything else I think I've experienced. And if not personally, I've been on the edges of it with someone I cared about, someone I loved, or a close friend. Change is inevitable. The energy that change resides in is one of negativity. It's a draining energy. It's procrastination and avoidance, and just do that tomorrow, or I can put that off till next week. I'll address it next week. And then next week never comes. Even if it's a change we're looking forward to, we tend to do some sort of procrastination and avoidance with it. So In the next few weeks or months, however long it takes me, I will try to make videos on a regular basis to explain different aspects of going through change, of making transitions from point A to point B, whether it's small, like what am I having for dinner tonight, or whether it's huge, like am I going to get a divorce or not? What should I do? Do I want to be on my own, or do I want to stay married just because it's safe? Those are the kind of changes that I'm talking about. The reasons we dread, the reasons we procrastinate, the reasons we avoid. There's only one reason. It's the huge pink elephant in the room, and that's fear. Fear is at the basis of every change that we don't go through, of every change that we avoid, of every change that we procrastinate doing. It's because of fear. Now, it can be fear of the unknown, fear of not being successful, fear of failure, fear of what will people think, fear of I'm not smart enough, or I don't have enough education, or I don't have a degree, so I can't do that. Those are all things that are at the basis of the change. They're at, unless we address those, unless you recognize and acknowledge the fear, whatever fear it is, it's going to be difficult to get out of this negative energy. But once you do recognize and acknowledge that fear, you become empowered. You have an encouragement that comes from within that helps you to see the change with more clarity and see what steps need to be done and what resources need to be had and who you need to contact for support and just how you're going to make this change. So don't avoid change. Don't hide from it, but face it head on. Change can be your best friend. Change, if we didn't go through change in our life, we would all still be toddlers and not be able to speak. I mean, as we age, we change. That's a biggie. That is huge. The change we have to make when we go from being a productive middle-aged adult to being a retired older adult. There's an emotional change, there's a mental change, there's a physical change. There's a heck no, not me change. And then there's the disconnect between what our brain is thinking and what our body's capable of doing. So those are all things that have to be taken into consideration. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time here at JaeByrd's Nest. JaeByrd out.